Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. What's going on? Welcome to the Stunt Collective. Hang on a minute, it's not the Stunt Collective. It is now the Quarantine Collective. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jupe Katana. And yes, we are following social distancing protocols, so don't worry. We're here at the studio at Forge by the Stunt Collective. And yeah, we have a studio here, and that's what we're doing right now. We're doing this podcast, so as you see us, we are in different areas of the facility. So don't worry about us. We're good. We're keeping healthy. Today we've got Antony Matos. What's up, man?
Hi.
Oh, that wave. It's beautiful. Ladies, he's taken. Hey, you look like a gamer. Are you a gamer?
I am a gamer.
Yeah? What platform do you play on?
Play on the Xbox.
The Xbox? What?
Xbox.
I would have had you for a PlayStation guy.
No.
Yeah, are you one of those Xbox fanboys?
I wouldn't say fanboy, but definitely I think it's better than the PS4.
Oh boy, you're going to spark a lot of controversy by saying things like that. Hang on, but you know what? Here's the thing: is that I am PCMR. Do you know what PCMR stands for? It's pretty messed up if you think about it.
No.
PC Master Race. I'm not really, but I play on all of them. It doesn't bother me.
But you're not German?
But I'm not German. This is exactly right. How long have you been on Xbox? Have you been like on Xbox since the beginning, like the regular
Since
Xbox?
Probably, yeah, the original, the OG Xbox. You know.
The Darth Vader console.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't have a PS2?
Do I have a PS? I have a PS. I had the first PlayStation. I had the second one.
Okay.
I even have the third one, but the third one I just use as a.
Oh, you did have PS3.
Oh yeah.
So
DVD player.
you didn't become like Xbox fanboy until the Xbox One and PS4, like this generation.
Yeah. Of course, I started on the dude. I had freaking Pong. So like I've been.
You've been a gamer for a long time.
I've been through the spectrum. Dude.
Yeah, me too. Actually, you know what's funny? On the way here, I thought about. We obviously had like this direction that we were going to go in, but on the way in, I started thinking about how people become fanboys of a certain thing, and I thought about how like. I'm not really a fanboy of any particular brand because there's like Apple and Android. I've had them both. I use them both. I have an Apple iPhone and an Android. I have a Mac and PC. So I'm not one of those guys that latches onto one. But I do remember when I was a kid that I had a Nintendo and I thought Nintendo was the best. I was like, it's the best. And of course I thought it was the best because that's what I had. Mm-hmm. And then I think about that. And I don't want to get political or anything on this show, but I thought about asking a funny question: is what side of the political spectrum would a person identify with if they supported abortion and the death penalty? Like, if you're one of those people, how do you identify as? You know what I mean? Because I feel like people aren't necessarily allowed to be like if you belong to one group, that's the group you're in. So if I'm like Nintendo, I am Team Nintendo all the way.
Right.
If I'm Team PlayStation, I won't even look at an Xbox. You know what I mean? So, like me personally, in my life, I'm not like that. But, so I don't know. I just thought it was something crazy. Maybe we'll talk about it one of these days.
Maybe one of these days. Or maybe just gender fluid. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a spectrum, I think, sometimes. But there's no spectrum. Like, here's another thing. Sports teams. I have never been a sports team kind of guy. Like, I've not.
Nah, ever.
Never, dude. I was never like, Orlando Magic or the New York Knicks. You know,
right.
Dude, here's a really bad admission, and I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. The only reason I know most of, like, basketball teams is because of NBA Jam, which a lot of people like to call NBA Jams, and that drives me effing crazy. Sorry if I'm peeking on the mic. NBA Jams? No, it's NBA Jam. Anyway. Let's get back to Antony Matos, ladies and gentlemen. So, Antony, you are a stunt man. Is that when people say, hey, what do you do? You meet somebody at a restaurant, you meet somebody fishing, and they're like, oh, what do you do? What do you say?
I work in the film industry.
You work in the film industry?
Yeah, because I love the looks that they give you, because immediately they go,
Harvey Weinstein. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I can see that.
Because a lot of times when you talk to someone who is in the adult industry, they go, "Oh, I work in the film industry."
Or do they say entertainment industry?
Or whatever, one of those things. Entertainment industry, film industry.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of times they kind of give you that look like,
And then what do? You just leave it at that, and you just let them wonder
Sometimes I
what
let
it
them
is?
leave it at that, and then sometimes I explain. I'm like, oh no, I work in the stunt department or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. And they go, stunts. What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, better yet. How do you explain? This is I need to know. This is a real question, ladies and gentlemen. So if you know, you got to leave it in the comments below. How do you say that in Spanish when you're talking to somebody in Spanish? I mean, I don't know how often you find yourself speaking Spanish, but I don't know. But like sometimes people ask you, "What do you do?" And then, how do you say that in Spanish? What's the word?
I use my Puerto Rican. I go stunts.
Stunts.
Yo soy stunts.
Stuntman.
Yo soy un stuntman.
Yo soy un stuntman. You know, like what is a word for stuntman in Spanish? Okay, so maybe tell me if you're from Mexico, what do they use? If you're from Cuba, Uruguay, Cuba, Spain, what is the word for stuntman? I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
Because I think the word stunt in Spanish is espectáculo, which translates to spectacle.
Yeah.
It doesn't, It
doesn't translate properly, or yeah. I mean, it makes sense, kind of, when you think of it. Because
it's
spectacular.
But like, I think we use it in the sense of like, because so the English word for stunt, like you can pull a publicity stunt, and you can do a stunt like Evel Knievel's a stunt man too.
Yeah,
that's not the same kind of stunt man you are. You don't take unnecessary risks. He's a daredevil, right? But they call him stunt man too.
Yeah, they do. Which that irritates me because it's not the same.
No, what's the difference?
The daredevil, he's doing something that's, I mean, it's all still logistically planned out, but he's doing like something for. It's daring, It's like, look at them, I'm going to land a bunch of cars. Like, I don't know. To me, a stunt man is a little different than
like a Hollywood stunt man. There's like a Hollywood stunt man.
Yeah,
and that's what we think of.
Daredevil, who's like, he goes to every carnival and he's like, hey, I'm gonna go and crash through 5 cars or
Hot Rod.
Yeah,
that movie with Andy Samberg, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's like Chris Morena. I don't know if you know Chris Morena.
Chris Morena, yeah.
He's he's a stunt man that also is a daredevil.
That's true. He does.
He was in Australia just right when the COVID kicked in, and then he had to come back home.
Oh.
He was going to go do some shows.
Oh, that's too bad. That's pretty awesome, though. Yeah, Chris Morena, he's like he jumps cars and things, right?
Absolutely.
Like jumps over buses and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. We helped him. We filmed a couple of times when he did some jumps, when it was here in Orlando. It's crazy. It's crazy what they kind of, but I mean, it's all calculated. It's nothing that's like,
No, wait a minute,
like
hang on.
school.
Actually, this is a great segue because you and Chris Morena kind of aren't too far off from one another because didn't you do like jumps and car stuff too at Disney?
Well, I did, yeah.
Let's talk about that for a little bit. Hey, Brett, while we're talking, could you start pulling up some information from Lights, Motors, Action? Now, that was a stunt show that existed in Orlando, Florida, Disney's Hollywood Studios. I used to work at Disney's Hollywood Studios with Brett, actually, and a couple of our friends. We did Block Party, and
I know.
you guys, there it is, Lights, Motors, Action.
Lights.
Let's see it.
Motors.
Yeah, right there.
Action. Or as, I guess I can say it now. What's it? Evel Knievel's son, Rob Knievel, said, Lights, Motors, bullshit.
Oh, you're going to have to edit that out. Is this a family show? I don't know how you classify this. Listen, kids shouldn't be watching this anyway. I don't know. All right, so yeah, you got a video? Cool, awesome. Let's play that video. What is this, a little highlight reel of the show that you found on YouTube?
Who is this?
Okay.
That's Jonathan Brenham. That's a hero, I could tell.
Which one? Oh, the guy in the car?
In the front.
That is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. That is some really cool. How long did you guys have to rehearse before you opened up?
Well, opening team, we trained for 6 months, I want to say.
Wow.
Yeah. We started, I think, in September of 2004. And then I think we soft opened maybe March, maybe April. I don't remember exactly, but
6 months of rehearsal time. That's a lot of dialing. Was it 5 days a week or what?
Oh yeah, it was a full-time job, and just like I guess we'll talk about that another time. Sinbad is like, it was a bunch of people getting together that was fighting to get a job, and some had experience, some didn't.
Actually, I do want to get into that, but first I want to see the rest of this highlight reel for a little bit. Brett, could you pull it up again, and then talk us through what we see? The one that was on YouTube. Yeah, I want to see a little bit longer. This guy put together, what is it? History? Yeah, it's one of these theme park history things.
Yeah, that's the finale. The finale.
And then, yeah, there you go. Some car jump. That's some daredevilish stuff right there, man. That's not like. I mean, I suppose you do this in Hollywood movies too.
Yeah, I mean, none of that was really like hard stuff. Like when you think about it, when you
backwards
doing it.
Oh, you got a little bit of Waterworld action going on there with the jet skis, fire burns. That's awesome, dude. That's so cool. Yeah, I loved the show. I actually really enjoyed watching the show.
Right. I mean, a lot of adult males and younger males enjoyed it. I mean, the women liked it too. But
look at that. Is that how Chris Miranda does his jumps? I think
I mean, that's a little bit more sophisticated than what Chris does. He lands into cars most of the time.
He lands into the cars.
Oh yeah.
And so he's like taking all the shock.
Oh yeah.
Chris, you got to chime in on this when you get a chance.
He knows how to. He's been doing it for so long. He knows. How to take off. He knows how to set the ramps. He knows how he has to hit the cars. I mean, sometimes things can go a little crazy, but
he knows the science behind it, right?
Absolutely.
Now, Brett, I did ask Matos to send you some video from his own whatever, and he told me he had on Vimeo. So could you start pulling that up? So yeah, we had this. There it is. Is that it? Yeah. This is really cool. I got a chance to watch it. It looks like when you're in the hot seat
in the car. So that would be hero and the villain.
Oh my god, that's like how do you know you're not going to hit the guy?
Lots and lots of practice.
Trust.
Lots of practice.
I mean, you're making like on the spot stops and breaks and stuff,
absolutely.
Or what?
Yeah. Like nothing was ever. I mean, that's what was great about it. Was nothing was ever always the same. Like even though we did 3 shows with the same people. Car could act different. He could do something different. Something was on the ground. So it was just never like autoplay.
So you always had to be aware of where you were, and you couldn't just rely on. Well, last show we did it here. You were stopped right there. Yeah. Because what happens like if it's wet, if it rains? You guys show in the rain.
Wet, it's a bleep show, and it's it's horrible. I mean, we do it. We make it work.
So they don't. I mean, like, do you guys do a show while it's?
Yeah, we did a show while it was raining. Like it was like downpouring. We do it. Only time we would stop would be lightning. Obviously, if it was within the mile or whatever. And
probably because of the microphones, right?
I mean it's it's a lot of metal everywhere.
Oh, there's pyro too.
Pyros, absolutely. So it's like okay, lightning. I mean that's just the general across Disney. If once it becomes within a certain amount of miles from anything, we have to stop.
Yeah, that's how it is in the other theme parks too.
Yeah.
So what did they do with this whole entire area here?
What did they do with it?
Yeah.
I think now it's mostly Star Wars, a little bit of Toy Story.
It's an amazing set. And this is a great, like, nobody gets to see this stuff. I just wondered, like, watching the show, they've got this huge screen up there. They don't have, like, a video camera in the car so you could see what... that would have been really cool, right?
We tried, and again, I mean, how it is sometimes with these corporations and stuff like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I hear. But sometimes you try to give them ideas and say, hey man, this would be great. We even thought about, hey, what do you think if we can try to get people to get in the car with us while we're driving?
Oh hell no, that'll never happen.
But the thing is, it's so safe in that car. You're safer in that car than you were out.
Yeah, but if the guy coughs wrong and he's then he pulls a hernia in his left testicle, he's going to be like, oh, it's because I was in that car.
But they do it at Fear Factor.
They do it at Fear Factor.
So it's almost the same idea.
That's true.
So it's like, it can be done. It could be done.
That would have been awesome. People would have paid top dollar.
That's what I'm saying.
To be in there.
And even just to get an inside view of like while we were driving.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And everything could have been done live. Like if we, for whatever reason, we done something they didn't want audience members to see, okay, we don't use that video, we use this other video.
Right. You could switch it. You could kind of do what Brett's doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we got Brett DeBolio in the studio. He is our I don't know, what UC operator. What do you call that?
I don't know. Hercules.
Technical IT guy. So, that was pretty cool. That was a fun show. How long did you do that? How long did you do that show?
I opened that show and I closed that show.
How many years was it?
11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any accidents? Any bad accidents happen while you guys were doing that?
I mean, they happen. I think. Oh gosh. Honestly, we didn't get the ambulance out there very often. I think we had one helicopter lift.
For real? Was it like a car crash or something?
No. It was actually a motorcycle. He had landed weird.
Was it a jump?
It was the jump, and actually, it wasn't. He landed with the ramps were in the wrong position.
Ooh.
And he landed with the ramps were in the wrong position. So it was like it couldn't have been. 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 And he obviously sometimes you just can't tell those things until like you're on it. And he was on it. He was like, crap. They're he's at the top. He's like, well, they got these little tricks that they can do to try to make themselves get over. And he tried, and he just came up a little short, and it kind of his back tire hit the back of the ramp, which sent him forward, which then it dislocated his hip.
Oh, he's lucky. Yeah,
it wasn't bad. He just he had this like little lady that had to stand on top of a bed and put his hip back in place.
I don't think he was going to complain about that, probably.
Nah.
No, I did a show called Nuclear Cowboys.
Yeah.
A while ago, and where it was like motocross, whatever. And I saw some pretty gnarly stuff too, man. Like I'm not sure. I kind of feel the guys that did Nuclear Cowboys went higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
Those guys were going
doing
nuts.
double backs.
And dude, but here's what's crazy is that they're like going like in the train, right? So if the first guy, you don't see. In the train, you don't see when the other guy lands before you're already going up.
You're already up.
So if that guy crashes and you're in the air, you're like, oh, you're making an adjustment. I did see some crazy stuff. There was a guy who rode a snowmobile, and he flipped the snowmobile backwards. That was the gag, and landed it. He did that. He actually did it a few times, man. And then one time, it didn't work out. And because I think it's like depending on the air conditions, there's so many things that go into like motorcycle stunts because your fuel to oxygen ratio.
Yeah.
And we were, I can't remember where we were. We might have been in Mexico or in Colorado, some high elevation area. And yeah, dude, that was scary. That was crazy. That absolutely crazy. Let's take a look at some photos though from LMA. Let's see if let me see if I can recognize some of these people. All right, because believe it or not, I didn't know about. Okay, there's the that was when you got in.
That's the front kiosk. Yeah.
The front kiosk, yes. Okay. Oh, that's a really nice shot.
That's courtesy of Richard Marrero.
Was it? Courtesy of Richard Marrero. What's up, Richard?
What's up, Richard?
Nice. Zoom in on that, Brett, a little bit. Let's see if I can pick out some of these people. Now my angle. Okay, I recognize Sawyer on the far right. That's Chase on the far left. That's you, third from the right, obviously. Look at you, man. Look at you. Who is that guy? I think that's all I can recognize.
That's a young guy. Let's see who else is there. Larry Milby, Rolando. It's over there on the left behind Chase. There's Corey Abbott. Abbott was a pretty good car racer. I think he raced. I think they call midgets. And something like that.
Midgets. That's what the name of the cars were.
It's a racer slang, circular racing.
But they'll change that name in a few years.
And then Tyler Fox. Yeah.
There's James Cheeks.
Yeah, James. Trent Breyer.
Who's that?
Trent Breyer.
Breyer.
That would be the
Sounds familiar.
Caucasian man in the back there, looking at the taller Caucasian to the left.
Who's that guy in the white pants? Is that James Cameron?
That'd be Ram. I forget his last name. He was from France. He actually developed the show in France, and then he came to
one of Luc Besson's boys, maybe.
No. I don't think he worked with Luc Besson.
That's pretty cool.
This is another big group.
Yeah, I recognize some of those people. Wait, is that Corey? That's Corey, the personal trainer, or the
yeah, for Feld.
Yeah, she's doing Feld now. She did Brett, remember her? Block Party. She used to, dude. It's so funny because Brett and I had our knees. We had like Slaughter, right? And she would bring these. Her and there was another girl too, that brought these like utensils, and like they were scraping our bones off.
Oh yeah, like the scraper.
Oh my god, that hurt so bad. Graston Hicks, right? Graston method. Yeah, dude. That's some work though. Corey was awesome. I loved Corey.
That's good stuff.
Who else is in there? That's Tomasi, isn't it?
Let's see who's in there. Yep, Dave Tomasi.
Yeah, you're between Tomasi and Corey.
Ron Fox, Joe Dryden, Joe Vertical behind
nice.
Ron Fox and Tomasi. Richard in the back making some crazy face. Sawyer.
Yo, Richard's an iPhone guy. I got to tell you that. Isn't he an iPhone guy?
He's absolutely. I think he's got like a shrine of iPhones.
Does he really?
The OG.
Talking about like fanboys. Yeah, Richard, you're a total iPhone guy, man. That's true.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. I forgot about that.
Who else is? Yep, Sawyer. There's Kurt Hockenberry.
Yeah.
Kurt Hockenberry. Tim Walker. Chad Pierce in the back. There's Chris Morin up front. Larry Milby.
Yep, there he is. Morena Stunts on Mo Stunts on Instagram.
Mo Stunts.
That's right. Very cool.
You got to crash, he can do it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and ask about like coronavirus or whatever, this, that, and the other, because
Who cares about coronavirus?
everybody's been dealing with
Nobody
it.
cares.
And
Nobody cares.
I think it sounds like we might be opening back up pretty soon. As far as when I say we, I mean like business, America.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're doing great. Everything's great.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're trying to, what accent you're trying to do right now. But I'm not going to get involved in that.
That's just what I hear.
But theme parks opening up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you talked about that was at Disney. I mean, could you imagine if this would have happened to us back then? Because I think when Lights, Motors, Action was going on, wasn't SARS a thing? Was that around the same time? Am I remembering that right, Chris? Chris. Brett? Why am I saying Chris now?
I don't know. I don't remember SARS being during.
I feel like SARS was in the early 2000s.
Put it this way, I definitely don't remember ever there being like all right, guys, we got to be real careful. There's some.
Because it never got over here. It never got to us.
I don't remember ever being
2002. So yeah, SARS was so SARS happened 2 years before you guys started then.
Yeah. We didn't have anything.
Okay. But like these theme parks are shut down right now, and a lot of our friends that live in the area, in the Orlando area, and I'm sure in the California area, where their theme parks, because they're stunt guys here that do the stunt shows. Where you've got Indiana Jones, the Epic Stuntacular, you've got the Bourne show. It's
what
starting up. The Bourne Identity show.
The what show?
The Bourne show. What is it? The Bourne Stuntacular.
Yeah, there you go.
That hasn't had a chance to open up yet. So they were in rehearsals and they're soon to be opened up, and then all of a sudden this thing happened. So that's putting something in the mix, So
that's awesome.
It sucks, man. I mean, a lot of a lot of people looking forward to this show to open. We've got the parades that happen at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
You've got the Durmstrang guys at Universal. So there's all these things that are happening. And if they don't open up, I mean, if they do open up, they can't have as many people in. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen?
It's going to be crazy. A lot of productions have shut down. Mm-hmm. You and I were going to work on a movie together, and that got shut down, postponed until October-ish. But is this going to last until October? Who knows? So what kind of things have you been doing other than playing Xbox to keep yourself sane? Wait, let me ask you this. What games do you play on Xbox?
Well, the main one I play right now is PUBG.
PUBG.
That's it. Yeah.
So you bought a $400-something machine for one game.
Well, no, at the time I bought it for all these other games, but
let me guess. Call of Duty.
Oh God, no.
No?
I do have COD. I have Call of Duty, but I got that more for to play with some friends and stuff. It's just honestly, it's crazy weird because obviously I played a bunch of other games. I have a lot of games, but for whatever reason, PUBG just keeps drawing me back in.
Sucking you back in. It keeps sucking you back in no matter how hard you try to leave.
What's his name? Godfather. It just brings me back in, and I hate it.
You hate it?
I love it, and I hate it.
You love to hate it. PUBG.
I love it, and I hate it.
Is that like because Fortnite's like for like teens? It's everybody. It's not as gory as PUBG. Gory is
well
bloody.
Since we're talking about that, and we brought up Fortnite and stuff, so there's a little weird thing. A lot of people who play Fortnite love to be like, "Oh, yeah, that PUBG. So is that like that Fortnite ripoff?" Well, let's get it straight.
Okay, let's get it straight.
Let's get that all straight.
Brett, I think we got something.
Let's go down the history
something. Let's go.
of how Battlegrounds gaming, which is that where the circle closes in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One person alive. How that kind of came to fruition.
Okay.
So I believe I want to say the first game that came out was Arma and Arma 2.
Arma.
Yeah, it's a very like a military simulator.
Okay.
And so from that, someone, and again I don't know all names because I'm horrible. Someone came up with a game called DayZ. It was a mod to Arma 2, and they called it DayZ, which is had zombies. And it was a survival game, and from that came H1Z1,
like H1N1, but
H1Z1.
Okay.
Now they were the first.
How come I never heard of these games? These obviously were not Blockbuster games, right?
Oh no! These are all like developed by.
Were they on Xbox?
No,
just computer.
PC.
Okay.
PC. This all started PC.
All right.
So H1Z1 started creating that battle royale-esque feel. And then a guy, I think he played that, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to go," and made what is now, Players Unknown Battlegrounds, because his gamer tag was Player Unknown.
Oh, that's really cool. That's what that means.
That's why it's
I was wondering, why is it Player Unknown Battlegrounds? What is the Player Unknown? Okay, so it was because it was his game, and he developed it himself.
He came out. He
That's
played.
awesome.
I want to say he was an H1Z1 player, and he was like, I want to create a game that's a little bit more like how he likes to play games, and that's where PUBG came from.
Look at that. Hang on, let me just go on here on a tangent for a minute. That is awesome. Whoever this guy is, because there's a lot of people who like to complain about stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Like I was just looking at Facebook this morning, and somebody wanted to vent about something that he saw on the news, and then all these people start complaining at him because he posted something. And I almost wrote, "Look, why don't you just post your own thing instead of like hijacking someone else's Facebook? Just post your own comments that maybe are contrary to him." So this guy here was a player who was like, "I don't like the way these games are going," and he developed a game that he likes to play.
Right.
It's like people who like to complain about movies. Oh, this movie sucks. Make your own movie then. If you're so good at critiquing movies, make your own movie.
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome. Anyway, I continue. I apologize.
The creator was a guy named Brendan Green. He created PUBG, and he wasn't a game developer. He was just a guy who liked to play games, and he had a little understanding of computers. And
that's pretty insane. Like, how the heck do you go from not knowing how to make a game to making an entire game as popular as PUBG?
As popular, and it's what really rocketed the whole Battlegrounds game. And then that's
Fortnite came afterwards.
Fortnite was actually a different game. They actually came out with its own a game that was nothing to do with Battlegrounds.
Oh, really?
You never saw that? Fortnite? So
I know that Fortnite is owned by Epic Studios or Epic Games.
Yeah, Epic Games.
And there's like seasons, right? Like it's like...
Well, now it is. But the game first came out as a different game. It was you develop your fort or whatever, and you defend against zombies. And then this other Fortnite thing.
Oh, it's like Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Minecraft.
That makes sense.
And then they came up with this little side thing, which was free, which was Fortnite, the battleground
version or something.
And that thing just took off.
Do people even play the original Fortnite anymore? Is that something that people still do?
I think some people might do.
See, because I always thought Fortnite was a game about like Abraham Lincoln and because 30 years ago they used words like Fortnite. Do you know what a fortnight is?
No.
If I'm not mistaken, a fortnight is a period of 14 days.
Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, it was a fortnight ago, or
maybe it was like every 14 days you had zombies that attacked.
Maybe, yeah.
Your base. I never played the original.
Fortnite. I haven't seen one of those in a fortnight. That's like old, like Lassie television.
Old English
words. I think it's an American word. I have no idea.
I don't know.
A fortnight. I don't know.
Anyway, but
so you're Team PUBG, and you probably detest the Fortniters. Now, one thing I know is that Fortnite is like it's like a cartoony.
Absolutely
versus the realism of PUBG.
Realism
so I think parents are a lot more likely to let their kids play Fortnite.
Again, Fortnite, brilliant idea. They didn't charge any money for the game, but
is it a subscription service?
Well, it's a seasons. You buy the season, and then if you want, hey, look, there's John Wick. You can buy that skin.
It's microtransactions. It's all those in-game loot. That's like a new term now.
Yes, microtransactions, where everybody is starting to do it. PUBG's trying it. Everyone's trying.
Sorry, not new term now. What it is, the ESRB, which for those of you who don't know, is the governing body that was created during the Mortal Kombat days. Mortal Kombat. When you used to have to rate the games, and the ESRB is now. I read this in a news ticker somewhere. They have to tell you that this game is going to include lots of loot or like microtransactions, because so many games, like on Android, the Play Store, or on the App Store for iPhone, there's like so many free games, but nothing's free. Nothing in life is free. So, dude, okay. So do you remember? He's like the head coach guy for Cirque du Soleil. Both sides. Sorry, I kept wanting to say Stetson, but it was Bo. He used to play Clash of Clans.
Oh yeah.
And he got me into playing that. But he was like, dude, I wish this game would have cost $50. I'm like, $50? There's no way I would buy $50. He goes, I've spent over $100 on this game, just because of the he doesn't want to wait.
Yeah, he doesn't want to wait. He wants to upgrade everything.
Yeah, and like I started playing it, I could see the draw. I don't think I ever spent. I think I might have spent like $5 or $10 on the in-game coins, currency, but it's a big thing, man. It makes sense. So that's what Fortnite is then.
Oh, absolutely.
Free to start, pay to play, it's free to play, pay to win, maybe.
Because you probably get all these perks. The thing is, none of it helped. Like, at least from what I understand, I haven't played Fortnite like maybe a handful of times, but I think it's solely just for skins.
That's it. There's no like extra guns or anything else.
Yeah, you want to look cool. You want that cool little dance move.
That's funny.
You know, these little cool little dance moves that it does.
Wait. Can you zoom in on that? I didn't see. I didn't get a chance to look at. Do it again. I missed it.
What? You want those cool little dance moves like this?
That's awesome. Yeah, because back in the Halo days, we used to just do the teabag. That's all we had. It was like, remember that?
Hey, it still
when
exists,
you win, when you go up to somebody, you're like,
it still exists.
Crouch.
You let them know.
That's funny.
Yeah, especially if they ticked you off.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. Well, it looks like we might be out of time here, guys. This was fun. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for meeting up, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
And for those of you, thanks for watching. We're definitely going to want to do this again. We'll probably be using the studio here for that. You guys probably didn't know that there's a studio here at Forge. It's not just a gym facility, which unfortunately right now can't be utilized to its fullest extent. But we did. We shot a movie here just before everything went down, and we're hopefully going to be shooting more movies here when everything kicks back up. So thanks for tuning in. I'll let you know when you guys can watch the next one. Be sure to follow us on what are they going to follow us on? YouTube?
Sure.
Right now it's just youtube.com/JupeKatana, but we'll see if we can do something else. Just do something else. But thanks for sticking around and following the Stunt Collective, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Hey, no, wait, not yet. Before we go, if anybody wants to be part of this, I know Jeff Jamalvo, I wanted you to do an interview. I think that'd be really cool because I kind of wanted. We talked a little bit before about some of the changing mentalities and stuff like that in this business, and there's a few other guys that I kind of wanted to talk to with it. Hit us up. Let us know that you want to do this, and then we'll set up the date. So, anything else you wanted to say, Matos, before we go? That's a weird question. Put you on the spot like that.
I know, right? Thanks a lot.
I won't.
Stay healthy out there.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Stay 6 feet apart. Stay healthy and wear your masks.
Yep. Stay healthy, guys. So we can.
That's right. The sooner you get healthy, the sooner we can get training again.
With face masks on, of course.
In the meantime, we'll be heading out of here, and I might cross paths with these guys. So, got to put this on. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Later.
Next.